Do you know the secret temples that printed money without coins? If no, then find out. Before banks, before paper money, there were temples that printed wealth without coins. They were so powerful, kings banned their methods. Now, AI is bringing these ancient secrets back, digitally. And the question is, what happens when ordinary people regain that power? Really? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will connect 4,000-year-old temple rituals with today's blockchain revolution and why governments fear it all over again. The forbidden temples of wealth. Just imagine. Ancient Mesopotamia, 3,500 years ago. Massive temples tower over dusty city streets, their walls covered with sacred symbols. Inside, there are no coin mints, no copper plates, no silver vaults. Instead, priests hold clay tablets covered in mysterious inscriptions, records of grain, livestock, and labor exchanged as credit. These temples were the world's first banks, except they didn't use coins. They used ritualized trust. People deposited goods, received temple tokens, sometimes made of clay, sometimes etched on tablets, and could trade those tokens across cities. Why was this banned? These temple systems gave ordinary farmers something terrifying to kings: freedom from the state-controlled coin system. If people could exchange value without royal coins, the king couldn't tax every transaction, couldn't control commerce, couldn't easily seize wealth. So, royal decrees were passed. All trade must use official coins only. Unauthorized tokens are illegal. In some records, priests who resisted faced exile, or worse. Think about it. These temples were basically the DeFi apps of their time. And they got banned for the exact same reason some governments today fear crypto. Here comes Maya, the modern visionary. Meet Maya, a fintech designer from Mumbai. She grew up in a rural village where banks rarely gave loans to farmers, and transaction fees drained every bit of profit. Her father once lost his farm because he couldn't access affordable credit. When Maya learned about blockchain technology in university, she had a revelation. Wait, this is what those temples were doing, but digital, secure, unstoppable. She launched NexaTrade, a blockchain-based app that lets local villagers exchange produce, services, and labor credits without banks. Her project mirrored those ancient temple credit tokens. Only now, AI-managed smart contracts ensured fairness and trust. At first, people resisted. What if the government shuts it down? What if it's unsafe? But then came a crisis. A regional bank collapsed, and villagers couldn't access their savings for weeks. NexaTrade became their lifeline. Farmers traded crops for labor, shop owners sold supplies for digital credits, and an entire village functioned without cash, without banks, just like those ancient temple economies. The ancient wisdom behind modern DeFi. Trust is technology. The temples didn't need coins because they had ritualized trust. The blockchain doesn't need central banks because it has mathematical trust. Decentralization is power. When wealth flows outside centralized systems, it redistributes power. Kings feared temples then. Some governments fear DeFi now. Control versus freedom. The ancient ban wasn't about economics, it was about control. Today, central authorities worry about unregulated financial ecosystems for the same reason. What did AI change? Here's where it gets wild. AI can now predict market shifts within microseconds. AI-managed smart contracts execute agreements automatically, with no middlemen. AI-based credit scoring can help even people with no financial history. Maya's platform used AI-powered dispute resolution, analyzing trade patterns to prevent fraud, something even ancient priests couldn't dream of. But what happens when these systems grow beyond one village? When millions bypass banks, taxes, and traditional control, are we witnessing the rebirth of the very same banned temple economy, only global and digital? Now let's discuss a real-life impact. The community that thrived. The fishermen of Kerala. Another community used NexaTrade for fisheries. They eliminated 15% in middlemen fees, raised incomes, and reduced food waste. Imagine what a fisherman says on camera. I used to lose money every week to brokers. Now I trade directly with my neighbors. I feel like I have power for the first time in my life. Takeaways and practical steps. 1. Learn blockchain beyond hype. Don't just speculate. Understand smart contracts, tokenized barter, and DeFi tools. 2. Start small. Use DeFi wallets for microtransactions. Experiment in safe, community-driven networks. 3. Embrace AI tools. Use AI-powered finance apps for budgeting, risk analysis, and contract automation. 4. Think local, go global. Support local businesses with tech-driven finance. Do you know that 4,000 years ago, temples were banned for giving people financial freedom? Today, technology is reviving that same energy, decentralized, unstoppable, and borderless. But here's the question: what will you do with this power? Will you be a passive observer or part of this new wave of economic freedom? Like this video, share it with someone who needs to understand financial freedom, and subscribe to LucidCodex for more deep dives into ancient wisdom, modern tech, and life-changing philosophy. Because history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Thanks for watching.